Congratulations if you ended up picking up a Google Pixel 7 Pro. Personally, Google did send me out this one, which I'm really thankful for. So if you're able to end up getting one of these in your hand, I'll go and give you a quick introduction of exactly how to use this specific phone. Now, if you've ever used any Android phone or really any other phone before, it's not a crazy hard process to understand the Pixel lineup. It's stock Android. There's not a lot of crazy amounts of bloatware, which is really, really nice. So this is a quick basic introduction, at least starting off with the outside. On the front, we have a beautiful display. It's a 120 hertz panel, and I'll go ahead and break down everything a little bit further, but we do have a hole punch display. This is our front facing camera. We have the edge display as well, so it's not an edge display, but it does kind of curve on the side, which feels really nice. So it gives it more of a flagship type of feeling. On the left side, we don't have anything really crazy. It's just the standard side. We do have our SIM card slot here, which I'll show you how to take apart in a second. On the bottom, we have our charging port. This is our USB Type-C charging cable, which comes in the box. On our right side, we have our buttons. So here we have our power button that doubles as a Google Assistant button, and we have our volume up and down button here as well, which is really cool. And that kind of covers it up on these sides. There's nothing up top except a microphone, which is right up here. Now on the back of this phone, we do have our camera setup as well as our back. Now the back is really important, we'll break it down in a second, but up top we have a triple camera setup. So you have a wide, ultrawide, and telephoto lens, and this is a really good quality camera, and this is a really good quality lenses that you have that you can zoom in and zoom out a bunch. Now, on the back of our phone, we do have a few key features. One, we have a wireless charging. So if you have a wireless charger, you can place it on the back of your phone, and you can wirelessly charge your device. But we also have a reverse wireless charging feature on our phone. So we can actually go ahead and reverse wirelessly charge other devices too, and I'll show you how to do that within settings in a different video. But that is another cool feature that we have here. Now remember when I mentioned about the SIM card tray? Well, our SIM card tray is right here within our phone. Now, if you want to eject the SIM card tray and put your own SIM card into it, what you want to do is you want to find the SIM card eject tool, which is in your specific Google Pixel box. Now, if you don't have it there, or if you bought it used and you don't have it anymore, you can always find a little small needle or like a little pin, and all you want to do is go and input it right into that little hole right there. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in for the purpose, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that doing it is very, very basic. So grab this little pin right here and go and input it to the side of your Pixel 7 Pro, which is right there. And all you have to do now is go and take this SIM card tray out. So all you have to do is go and take it out like this, put your SIM card in onto this side, and all you have to do there is slide it back in, just like so, and then you're good to go. You should now be able to see that your Pixel will hopefully accept your SIM card, and that is all you have to do. Now zooming out, we'll basically come to our lock screen. Now I'm expecting that you already went through the initial setup of your phone. It's a very, very easy process. It just asks for a lot of personal information and the way you want to set it up. So if you've already set it up, then you're pretty much good to go. Now on our Pixel 7 Pro, you have a few different ways you can turn on the display. For one, you can click on that side button that I mentioned earlier, or you can double tap the display to actually turn it on. Now this is our lock screen. If you've never seen a lock screen before, it's basically a quick lookout of basically all the other information within your phone. So for one, you have your notifications right here, which is really cool. You also have a inbuilt fingerprint sensor in the display here too. If you set it up before, all you have to set it up there and you'll basically be able to unlock it. Now within our lock screen, we'll have our status bar up top, which I'll get into in a second. You have your time right here. You have your date as well as the weather here, which is really cool. But you also have the notifications here like I mentioned. So this is very basic, it's nothing crazy. If you get texts or phone calls, you'll basically be able to see all that information here. Now if you actually want to go ahead and basically go through into your home screen, all you have to do is swipe up from here and you'll be able to come into the home screen of your specific Pixel 7 Pro. Now this is very similar to basically any other phone you're going to use, even iPhones. So essentially up top we'll have our status bar. It'll show us our time, it'll show us our Wi-Fi, battery, and some other notifications up here too. Now, you can see right here, the wallpaper I have kind of hides it, but I have widgets. So this center panel and the rest of this display is full of tons of things that we can customize. So what we can do is we can go ahead and hold down a widget like this, and I can go and click customize. We'll have app icons here too. I can go and hold down app icons and I can move them around if I want to. As you can see, I can hold it down just like this. I can go ahead and move it around to a different spot. In this case, I'll keep it there. But also I can hold down on an app icon, I can move it, and I can go ahead and remove it. If I go and bring it like this once more, I'll go and hold it down, I'll go hold it down, and I can go and bring it up top, and I can remove these app icons from my home screen as well. But you can also go ahead and hold down on that lock screen like this, and you can go ahead and choose wallpaper and style, widgets, and home settings, and you can customize your phone even more. So we'll talk about that probably in other videos, but that's another thing I'd recommend you to kind of explore these options. You can change your wallpaper, your lock screen, so many other things within your phone here too. Now at the bottom we'll have our dock. Now you can have different home screens as well. So as you can see, I have some app icons here, and you can swipe between all your pages here, which is really cool. Now you'll notice that the bottom portion, the bottom dock is always stagnant, so you can customize these app icons down here too, and the Google search icon is always there as well, so you can quickly Google search things, you can quickly, use the microphone and do other things there too. Now, there's a few things that you can do within your home screen that are very important. One, like I mentioned, is the status bar, but the other thing is swiping up. You'll be able to see all the app icons within your phone. So this is something that's really, really important. And the reason why this is important is because you'll be able to see all the icons that you have within your phone right here. So all the apps that you have, you can pretty much just, see them here. But what you can also do is click on the search bar up here, and you can search your phone and more from what this is saying. So you can click right here, and you'll be able to search for app icons. You can search for different things within your phone, contacts, so many things within your phone right here. Now, that covers that. Now, you may notice that, oh, well, how do we go back home? Like, how do we even get out of here? Well, this is how you use the gestures within your Pixel 7 Pro. So what you can do here is you'll see this little bar at the bottom. Just imagine this as like basically your home bar. So instead of clicking on a home button, you basically swipe up, and you'll basically be able to get out of certain things. So if we go into an application like phone calls, well, we can swipe up and we can go back home. So we can go into messages right here. If you ever want to text anybody, you can go here. And again, if you want to go back home, you can go back here. Now, let's say you were in a certain application like phone calls, and let's say you swipe out of here and you want to go back into messages. Well, let's say you want to go back into phone calls. Well, you don't have to go and swipe up and click on phone calls every single time. What you can do is you can use the same bar and you can drag it to the side. You can actually get back into phone calls. You can drag it back and you can get back into messages. So you can just drag between all the applications that you have, and it's a really easy way to kind of maneuver through your phone. Now, another thing is going back. If we ever are in a situation where, we want to start chatting and you want to go back to your previous panel, you can click on the back button here, or if there's no back button, you can drag to the side and you can just go back just like that way too. Now, another thing is multitasking. So if you want to go ahead and get into your multitasking panel and delete applications that way, or, remove them from RAM, instead of swiping up all the way to go back home, we will pretty much just swipe up and stop about, a fifth of the way up. So just like how this looks like if we try it again, drag and just kind of stop halfway, we'll come into this panel. Now you'll be able to see all the different applications that you have on your phone, which is really cool. And from here, if you want to swipe out of an application to save more memory, you can swipe it out. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. These phones are really smart now, but you can always swipe out of all your applications this way, and you'll basically come back into your home screen once all the apps are cleared. Now, the next thing I want to show you is another really important thing, which is within your status bar. Now, swiping down from the top, like I mentioned, if you swipe up, you'll get into your app icon. If you swipe down, you'll basically come into your little panel here, which will not only show you notifications, but you'll also have your quick toggles here too. So here, very similar to your lock screen, you'll have your standard notifications here. You can delete them, you can view them, you can do whatever you want to here. But the other big thing is your quick toggles. So here you can quickly toggle on or off your internet, your Bluetooth do not disturb and flashlight if you want to. So you can click here and it'll just into the interactive widget. What you can also do is swipe down once more, and you'll basically be able to see a lot more information here. So what you can do here is you can go ahead and toggle on and off your brightness if you want it higher or lower. Same exact toggles, but then you have way more down here too. And what you can also do is swipe in between them, and you can even add more widgets as well. So what you can do here is you can go and click on the pencil icon, and you can add even more widgets than before. So if you want, you can add a recorder, you can add a sound amplifier, you can click on a storage one here too. And all you want to do is just drag it and drag it up to the top, and you'll basically be able to see it there, which is really cool. So that is another example of something that's really cool. When you're done editing it, just swipe back. That's really all you have to do. Now we do have a power button on the bottom right here on the bottom right, which will allow us to quickly just power off our phone or restart it, which is another really cool thing that we have the ability of doing. And that kind of covers up a majority of the things within your Pixel. Now I do want to show you another really important thing. So let's go and make our way over to our settings application. So we can do that by swiping up, and we can search for it here, or let's say if we can't find it, we can always click up here. We can always just start typing in settings just like this, and it should end up coming up. As you can see, I misspelled it. So right here we have settings, so let's go and click into it. Now the settings application is very, very important. It's easily one of the most important applications you should get used to. So you can really customize a ton of different things within your phone. So what I would recommend doing is kind of going through here and just kind of understanding each individual one. You don't have to go in super detail, but all of them are labeled so you pretty much know what they are. Network and internet, you can customize your Wi-Fi connection settings, Bluetooth, application manager, your battery notifications, storage and sound, display brightness, and if you want to toggle on or off dark mode, you can do it here by turning on and disabling dark theme, which does look better over the camera. And like I mentioned, you can swipe back out. So I would recommend going through here and understanding all of these because it's very, very important. But a big thing is all the way at the bottom, which is under System. So what I would recommend doing is clicking System right here. And right here where it says System Update, this is a very important option. What I would recommend doing is clicking on System Update and seeing if there's an update available for your Pixel 7 Pro. This is one of the most important things I would recommend looking at, and probably coming here every other week or every month or whatever. And if your Pixel 7 Pro doesn't update automatically, I would recommend just updating your Pixel 7 Pro as often as you can, because there are a lot of different advantages that you have with actually updating your phone. So you can fix a lot of things, and especially with a new phone like this, it can actually cause some problems. So in my opinion, this is something that I would recommend doing. Now, if there's no update or if you don't really care about it, we can swipe back out like this. Now at the bottom, we do have a thing called About Phone. If you ever plan on, figuring out what Android version you're on, or you want your SIM card information, if you want to remember what your phone is or any other information, you'll be able to find that information here. So you'll be able to look through here. You could be able to find your IP address, your Android version, all this other stuff here too if it's ever important to you. So hopping back out, we'll basically be able to come into this panel. And like I mentioned, swiping up will basically take us back home. So that kind of covers up the basics of how to use your Android phone. Now, like I mentioned, if you ever have any questions or you run into any problems, you can always search online. You can always go to YouTube, but you can also go ahead and make your way over to your settings application like this, and you can always search through settings as well. So if you're ever having any issues, you don't know where a certain thing is, like you don't know where Bluetooth toggle is or whatever, you can just start typing in Bluetooth and you'll be able to find things that just come up automatically. So if you ever want to pair a new device, if you want to go straight into your Bluetooth settings, well, you can click right there. It'll show you exactly where to go. And I would recommend utilizing that. If you ever have any questions or thoughts, you can always go and search within settings here. And like I mentioned, I have a second channel where I talk extensively about little tutorials, and I've already talked about the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro quite a bit on there too. So you can always look on that channel, which is linked down below. You can always search for the Pixel 7 videos that I've made there too. So that kind of covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.